Hello, I'm Tally, and welcome to another video. So I made a bit of an impulse buy when I was shopping at Ulta online, and I saw these, and I thought, oh, maybe I should try and get them. They are cheaper than the Ulta ones. I really like this, and I've been kind of looking to see if there's maybe a cheaper alternative to this lip stain from Ulta, but this is a weightless water one, so I might still end up getting that because I don't know. I don't think the textures are going to be the same because this is not a water lip stain, so I think it's going to be more similar to the Inky Velvets. Not sure. But I've seen mixed reviews on these, but not everybody likes lip stains. It's just personal preference. I like lip stains because I like putting the lip stain on and then I'll put just a regular old lipstick on over that. And when I do that, the lipstick will wear, but there will still be the stain on underneath, and you will have perfect lips all day, and it won't look as weird, and you won't necessarily feel the need to reapply. Although sometimes I'll put it, once it's faded, I'll put a gloss on just because I like how that looks. So let's get into these. Let me see here. So there's what I think are supposed to be kind of like the reds, and then depending upon, your skin tone and preference, we have the nudes. So there's 3 red light colors and then 3 nude colors. This one's more of a berry, so if you're not like a red lip kind of person, you can have the berry. And then there's the fiery red and then the spicy sienna. This one, if it's true to these colors, this one's bluer, and then this one's more of I don't think it's quite a true red, but it's pretty close. But I think it's a little bit warmer than a true red. And then we have these. This one I think will be probably the most similar to just what my lips are naturally. And this is the Pinky Ups, and then we have the Power Mauve. I swear, to me, this isn't mauve. Maybe I just don't know what mauve is. To me, this is like a salmon or a coral, not mauve, but whatever. And then we have the Cinnamon Dreams, which honestly looked like these Inky Velvets that I got off of Temu. It looked like a little, like a burnt orange color, pumpkin spicy. But this looks really brown if it does look like this. Now I have to point out that lip colors look different on everyone depending upon your skin color, but not just the color of your skin. The undertone of your skin can change how lip products look. And then, of course, with makeup, there's always personal preference. I think for what I'm wearing today, nothing matches my top perfectly. Maybe, if this doesn't look like this and it looks like a mauve, maybe this one would work. It's just the box does not look like mauve. It won't come out. Well, I just gotta rip it out. Okay. Ooh, they're so tiny. Alrighty. To me, not seeing too much mauve. But we're gonna try it because I think this one is just gonna be pretty similar to my actual lip color. And thus it's going to be able to be a little bit more difficult to see the staining power of it for, a real thing. I feel like we need to try like the berry or something, but I just want to see what this looks like because I want to see if it looks bloody mauve or not. Let me go get my mirror. This is from when I went onto Temu to look for flower nose dupes. So let's apply. Someone just asked me, name this color. It wouldn't be mauve. So they feel very hydrating. They feel very light. They say that they have glossy, a gloss and a stain in one. With mango seed butter, goes on glossy stain and stains lips. Once the gloss fades, the sheer stain leaves lips with a pop of color. So let's wipe this off. I think it's a little pinker than my natural lips were. But I think for the actual long wear test, I'm gonna put the berry one on just because I feel like we're gonna be able to see it better. I feel like this one was still kind of giving a more nude, which means it looks a little bit more natural, and I feel like it's harder to see the staining power. Okay. I don't know if I like how short the wand is. I feel like, this is threatening to mess up my bottom lip. Because what I need to do is you do the top lip first and the bottom. So they say you can just wear it like this. They say you can just wear it like this and that the gloss will fade and then you'll be left with a stain. So I'm going to leave it like this for the long wear test and we're going to see how it fades. Again, it doesn't feel dehydrating. Sometimes lip stains can be a little drying, which is why I like mixing them. Just a regular lipstick and then like a gloss on top because it helps combat the dryness of it. So, but these feel very weightless, very hydrating. So far, no complaints, but we'll see how it fades. I do think it looks very, very. Here's how it looks at me, and here's how it looks on the packaging. I would say it's not quite as dark as this, but that could just all be because of color theory and how it looks on my skin. So depending upon, maybe it would look like this on someone else's skin, just not mine. But I swear, this is gonna bother me. I have to look up what the color mauve is because I always thought mauve was like this. Yeah, more of a kind of a not as warm, a cooler toned color, and a little kind of like pinky purple mixed in. It's just, to me, this is coral or salmon, and this is gonna bother me. So we're going to do the long wear test, and we'll come back, and I'm also going to swatch them all just to see how they look. I know a lot of people were just really kind of confused about the colors and didn't like the colors. They felt like they just looked so different on them compared to the packaging, I think is what the complaint was. What about it? I will say, for a lot of them, when you compare the color in here to the box, it does look slightly different. Here's that looks pretty similar, but this one maybe is a little darker, a little browner. Let's see here. And then we have the cinnamon one. Again, this is warmer, and this just looks so much like more like a cool toned color. I think the berry one to me looks the closest. Like that looks pretty good to what it looks like in the bottle. But here's the mauve one. To me, it does look a little bit more mauve in the bottle than on the packaging. But I didn't think it looked very mauve on my lips. And then we have this one, which I feel like is this one's the craziest. See? Like, that looks like a taupe brown color. And then this is very much pink. I feel that's crazy. So I feel like that may be why people are like, what? And confused about the colors. But we'll see. Let's watch them all and we'll see. So I'll come back at the end of the day and we'll swatch them and we can see how this has worn.
Alright, so here's what my lips look like middle of the day. So this is after I've eaten breakfast and lunch. The color is still holding up, looks good. It's not settling too bad into any of the lines and wrinkles on my lips, so I'm very happy about that. And here's my lips at the end of the day. You can see that it's pinker than when I didn't have any lip stain on, but it has faded since we last checked in at the middle of the day.
Okay, so I definitely have a bit of a bone to pick with e.l.f. These colors are just so all over the place. The color looks different on the packaging, it looks different in the tube, it looks different on my lips, it looks different on the little piece of paper that I jotted on to see how it different look versus, a black to white base. And when you look at the product photos on Ulta, it looks different there too. The colors are completely different, and even comparing it to the person who has a lighter skin tone, so it should look somewhat similar on my lips, it doesn't. So I understand why people were so confused about the colors and a little upset because they're nothing like how they're advertised. I'm kind of convinced that since this is technically a lip gloss, that when they did the product photos, I think they put it on top of something else. I think they put it on top of like a lip liner or a lipstick because technically it's a gloss, so I feel like felt like they could get away with that. And so when you're seeing the product photos on Ulta.com, it looks very different to how it's going to look when you wear the product just by itself. That's the only way I can explain how it looks different. Because if here, look at the berry one. The berry one did not look like that on me. The one on Ulta is a lot darker and richer, and on me it was a lot, it kind of brought out more lighter pink, hot pink tones. It was weird. Okay, so I keep filming this and I just, the first time the camera wasn't on, the second time the angle was off. Instead of like this, it was like down here. I don't know what that was about. So let's get through this. So we're going to be looking at some of the swatches for this lip stain, and I have to warn you that the swatches are going to more reflect how it's going to look on someone with my skin color and my undertone, because this is a very sheer formula, and because it's sheer, it's very subjective to color theory, which I think is why a lot of people didn't like the colors. That's the number one complaint I heard from other people reviewing it online, is that the colors don't match up. It looks different on the lips than the packaging, and that's because I think color theory is involved here. The brown one is probably the least flattering on someone with my skin tone, at least in my opinion. It depends what you're into. I probably would use this one like I would my Wet and Wild brown lipstick. It's just, that's like the cheapest lipstick I could get, and I like using the brown one and putting it over a lipstick that I think is just maybe a little too bright, and I just want to tone it down and mute it a little bit. But that's just all personal preference. Maybe I can give this away to somebody who it would look more flattering on. I just don't care. You can kind of see the stain. It doesn't even look like a lip color. It almost looks like a bruise. So you can kind of see why it's like, this isn't flattering. The warmth, like this, how warm this color is, it doesn't come off that warm on me. I don't know, for me, it like draws out something that's a little bit more cooler and a little bit more neutral, which is why I get like the bruised effect. It's just crazy. So I think the one that people will like the most, no matter what your skin color is or your undertone is the berry. I found that the berry is just the most true to color. So the color that you see on the packaging, and then the color that you see when you look through the little slit to see the product sitting in here is it comes off as berry no matter what. So it looked berry on my lips, it looked berry on my hand, and it looks berry on the applicator, and it looks berry on the product, the packaging, and even on my little piece of paper where I did a gradient from black to white. I think the berry just looks berry no matter what. So I don't think it's quite as subject to color theory as some of the other colors. For me, the one that just looked the most crazy, so it doesn't look anything like the box. Like if I were at the store and I saw this product box and I saw how pink it was, I'd be like, okay, it's gonna look this pink on me. I'd be disappointed because it looks very much like a nude on me. I would just be expecting from the package to see a lot more pink. But if you look inside the little slit on the tube, that can kind of give you a preview of more or less what it's going to look like on me. Now, maybe somebody who has a deeper skin tone, the pink would come through more, but since I'm just so pale, it just kind of looks like how it looks in the vial. It comes off a lot more nude. I'm actually wearing it right now, and it's very flattering. I think it kind of just blends into my natural color. So maybe if my lips weren't so pink, they were the color of my skin, maybe we would see more of the pink come through, because right now it just kind of just blends into my lips and I'm like, I can't see it. So, but that's because it's sheer. So, but still, I think if you were to look at this product box and then put it on, you might be like, there's a disconnect here, and you probably would be a little bit disappointed. The more kind of reddish ones, there's the Too Red, there's this Spicy Sienna, which for me comes off pretty orange, and then the Lip Stained Fiery Red, which to me isn't very much like a true red. There's not enough blue in it, in my opinion. When I think of like a true red, I think of something that's a little bit more blue, but maybe I'm wrong. I also think that a blue or red looks a little bit better on me because I am cool toned. But this comes off very pinky, so which just kind of makes it a little bit more natural than like a really true red would be. So not too disappointed about that. The mauve one, I think, to me, where's the, yeah, the mauve one, when I kind of compare the product box to the stain, so it's that third one right there. I don't know if I can get a good angle, but it looks like the product box for the Pinkies Up one, which is the one that looks really nude on me, and this is supposed to be the pink one. The mauve one, I don't know what it is. But to me, it kind of it comes off pinkier than a true kind of like what I think of as mauve. I think one of my critiques for these lip stains as far as formula is maybe they could make it a little less sheer, and that more people would be happy with the color range, because you would see more of the pigment. It would just be really less kind of, it's going to look different on everybody type of thing, and it would be more true to the packaging. So that's one thing, it could be less sheer. And then second, I kind of wish that the gloss lasted a little bit longer, because once the gloss wears off, I just like want my lips start to feel a little dry. But lip stains in general can be drying, so but I definitely, you feel like you need to keep reapplying it, or you need to reapply a lip balm or lip gloss afterwards. was thinking about maybe next time getting their berry colored lip oil. And maybe maybe this is on purpose because maybe they want you to use the lip stain, and then once the glossy part has worn off, you go and you apply their lip oil, because it seems like the lip oils are in a similar colors. So maybe that part where the lip gloss kind of fades off, and then you feel like you need to put something on. Maybe that one's done on purpose, because then it's like, oh, buy our lip oils. So yeah, I definitely, before maybe picking a color that you want to get, a safe bet is the berry one. The berry one is definitely my favorite. I really like berry lip stains. So I would definitely recommend, no matter what your skin color is, to get the berry. But for the other ones, really you're going to need to find kind of someone who is a similar complexion to you and see what it looks like on them, and then go, from there. And then if it looks good on them, you might think it looks good on you too. So find someone with your, similar color and undertone and even lip color to you, and see how it looks on them before getting it, or really go into a store that has testers so you can swatch it on your arm, because they look very different. I think I like, for my lips, if I want to still see the lip stain, I want something I can see, because I feel like the pink one is just my lip color. So, and I like to be able to see a lip stain. So the pinkies up one to me is kind of out. I think I like the mauve one. I think the mauve one looks kind of like my lips, but better. If I were to go and get like some lip blushing and I wanted it to come off natural, this is what I would do. So this one is, I think, very nice. I can see it, but it's not too far off from my lip color, which is why I said this is kind of like what I would get for a more natural lip blushing if I were to ever go and do that, which I don't think I'm going to spend. I don't care to spend my money that way. But I think if I were to just go and buy these again, the two I would be buying would be the berry and the mauve. I definitely would leave the cinnamon and the pinkies up behind. Don't care for those. The two red ones are just kind of personal preference, where you depend. There's none of these are a true red, in my opinion, at least how they come off on me. The sienna one, the spicy sienna, is very orange, and then the fiery red one is very pink. But it's not like red like you think you're gonna get some nice snow white lips. It's not these. So it's up to you if you would prefer which one you prefer, or something a little bit more orange or something more pink. And if you want something that's more of a neutral, truer red, something that kind of falls in the middle between pink and orange, Elf doesn't have it in a lip stain, or at least this lip stain. Maybe they'll come up with like a water-based lip stain in the future that will be more pigmented. I think people will like that more. So yeah, but definitely I feel like these are very natural. They fade very natural too. You'll see in the long wear test. So if you're someone who doesn't want a huge amount of pigment and you just want it to be just a really natural pop of color, I think you will like these. If you're someone with a similar skin tone, again, lip color and all of that, to me, I would definitely get the berry and the mauve one. And then the rest are just kind of up to you and personal preference and what you like. But I'd be interested to see the berry one on different skin colors, because I do think the berry one will be the most universally flattering on everybody. It's because it seems the most true to color, and it just seems to have a little bit more pigment. It doesn't seem to be as subjective to looking different. No matter what, I kind of think it just looks like a berry color. Will I be purchasing these lip stains in the future? I probably will be getting the mauve one. Maybe considering the berry one. I think I like the Ultra Beauty Weightless Water one maybe a little bit better, although this one isn't as pigmented as the berry one. And I also think this berry is a little bit more purple, and this berry is a little bit more reddish, pinkish color. So maybe I will repurchase the berry. But I think it's just these two that I would repurchase. The rest, I would just leave behind. And I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm still on the search for a good red lip stain, like a true red. Haven't found it yet. Just gotta keep looking, I guess. But yeah, so all I needed to do was buy these two, and now I have these. I'll use them. I just kind of feel like I wasted my money. Just a little bit. And I don't know. I usually am not someone who just impulse buys something, but I impulse bought these just because everybody loves elf, and I was just like, I need to try this. So, but yeah. But if you're someone who you'd like to see pigment, I don't think that these are for you. These are definitely more for the natural girlies. So, I could take or leave these. Lip stains, they're nothing revolutionary. It's a lip stain. So, that is it for this video. Alright guys, well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! This video. Oh, and if you want to see my eyelashes, I don't have anything on my eyelashes. I've been curling them, putting mascara on because I feel like my eyelashes are like really wonky right now. But we're at 8 weeks. So this is what my eyelashes look like. And hopefully you guys can kind of see them. But a little funky because I have blonde ones that are mixed in with the black ones that are still curled a little bit. And so they definitely look a little funky, but I can still see the color in the lift even 8 weeks out. I'm probably going to wait till the 9-week mark and then re-perm and dye them just because I don't want to perm them too often. I'm worried about my eyelashes falling out, so don't want that to happen.